Hey guys, welcome to Ask Nairo. Last week I did a Reddit AMA and I got a ton of questions. Unfortunately, I couldn't answer all the questions. I wasn't even close to finishing all the questions. I only had about 2 hours and I got like 300 plus questions. So for this video, I'm only gonna be answering questions I got from that Reddit AMA. And yeah, so let's get it started, man. All right, so the first question is from Korak and he wants to know, Nairo, have you considered learning a character specifically to win against Zero? And I would like to also ask you, how do you view counterpicking in today's meta? So for the first question, I do have like a few characters that I feel like I can do really well versus Zero, but I haven't used those characters yet in tournament. Like I have played him with other characters in friendlies and whatnot. So we'll see in the future, but I just need to gain a little more confidence in them. As for your other question, I feel like counterpicking, it could be a good thing and a bad thing. So far, like, at least currently, in today's meta, every character at least has one character that they don't really either win the matchup or have a really annoying time versus. So having another character to cover whatever that matchup is can be useful and, you know, make you have an easier time. But then it can also be a bad thing because for some matchups you won't know exactly what character to go. Should you go your main or should you go your secondary? You won't know, and you're gonna kind of feel bad if you lose by using that other character. Like if you lose a one and you really think you should have went the other one, you will like doubt yourself. So it could work either way, or like it can work or cannot work. Only some players, like Anti, even myself sometimes, and like Void, have multiple characters that they can use, but it depends on the player, to be honest. But yeah. The next question is from Sims. And he loves a lot of my characters and my streams, so shout out to Sims. He wants to know, is a hot dog a sandwich? Well, you are putting something in between, like 2 pieces of bread, I would say, like stuck together, obviously. So I would say it's a sandwich. It's like a bootleg sub. So I'll say yes. I'll say yes personally. Maybe some people don't agree, but I'll say yeah. Next up is from Mushaiko. And he wants to know, what's your fetish? I don't really think I have any fetish. If I had to say something, probably like girls with glasses. Just like, this is like a thing for me. I don't know. I look at their face, I'm just like, nice. That's literally it. So I would say glasses. The fourth question from Peanut Butter 1236, and he asked, who's winning the NBA championships this year? Sacramento Kings. Free. You already know. The next question from Danger War, he wants to know, do you think it's possible for Brawl to make a comeback if it's done alongside Smash 4? And also, if you had to play one of the games from the other parts of the community, whether it be 64, Melee, or PM, which one would I play? Well, I'll answer the second one first because it's a little easier. I'll say Melee. Melee is like a big game, so I want to win like a big tournament. Or like it's a bigger game out of all 3, so I'll pick that. For the other question though, can Brawl make a comeback? I would say, I mean, it's not out of the realm, but it's very hard, or like very unlikely, because Smash 4 is very large. It won't be at the same level as Smash 4, unfortunately. Like Smash 4's first big tournament was double the size Brawl ever had, in the 8 years that there were Brawl tournaments. So it'd be really hard for it to make a comeback that strong, but I feel like the game could still be around. Like it's still at SmashCon. I think it'll always be there, and maybe some other tournaments can have Brawl side events or like other Brawl tournaments with Smash 4, and maybe it'll get like a good amount of entrants, but I don't think it'll have as much as Smash 4. I love Brawl though. Up next, question from Mac Nasty. He wants to know, aside from those that already play, which of the top Melee players do you think would excel in Smash 4? I would simply pick the best Melee player currently, Armada. I think if Armada were to use Peach in this game, it'd be pretty interesting. Peach is a little technical character. We don't really like see too many Peaches, a few of them out there. So seeing him play Peach and then at a high level as well, I would be pretty interested in that. So I feel like if he put in like enough time, he would excel. Next question from Pyro is Magic. Who was your favorite player in Brawl and the person you learned the most from? I'd probably say my favorite player is ADHD, my Brawl doubles partner. I always like watching like how he just like does like really crazy, wacky stuff, but it ends up working. Similar to what I do in Smash 4, I do like crazy stuff as well. But the way he did it, or does stuff with Diddy Kong in that game, very, very excellent to me. And the person I learned the most from in Brawl, I would probably just give it to my whole crew. Not one person, I'd give it to my whole crew, SWR, my brother, Cable, Gunblade, etc. Like, they've helped me from the start of the game, so yeah. I can't really like say exactly detail to detail, but they've helped me a lot. Next up from Jacana, how do you follow up so well out of Zelda's down throw? I don't see anyone get as many down throw lightning kicks as you do. Well, I think it's a true combo. I'm almost positive it's a true combo from like 0 to like 50 on like normal or like medium weight characters. But besides that, a lot of people expect Zelda's to go for down throw Nair, and I just go for the kick, so I have a lot more time to space the like back air or forward air depending on the direction that they like DI, of course. Because since they expect to get hit by Nair, they don't really try to like, dodge it. They just like accept that, oh, he's gonna down throw, he's gonna hit me with Nair, and then he's gonna try to do something else. So they're already preparing what to do after getting hit by Nair. And also, since I've used Zelda so many times, it's like I feel like it's like a normal thing for me to go for down throw, like back air or forward air. So I would just say practice it, like training room for glory or like versus a friend. Up next from the Derpy Slime, how do you feel about Pikachu? Like Pikachu in the metagame. I would say he's not bad, but there's just a lot of better characters than him, or a lot being like at least like 15. Maybe Pikachu is from the 15 to 20 range. He is small and he's fast, so he does get out of a lot of situations easier than other characters, but he does have a hard time killing. It's either, if Pikachu is either gonna kill you early by getting like a thunderous like spike off stage or like a falling back air, or he's gonna kill you at like a very like high percent, like 160, 170, and that's kind of inconsistent, or usually it's inconsistent depending on the matchup. But most of Pikachu's like harder matchups are kind of seen in tournament pretty often, like Diddy Kong obviously. I would say Bale does pretty decent versus Pikachu. I know ESAM says like Pikachu wins for sure, but it doesn't look like an easy matchup regardless. Same for Cloud, Fox, Sonic, you know, Rosalina. There's a lot of good characters out there that can give him a hard time. Next question from PowerGo1, and he wants to know, what's your opinion on Falco? I would say, I mean, I like using Falco, and I know he's nothing like the other, like, you know, Melee Falco or Brawl Falco, but he has some good stuff about him. I would say he's one of the most honest characters. I know a lot of people are like, oh, this character's not honest, this character's honest. I would say Falco is one of the most honest characters. Doesn't have anything like really crazy about him. His back air is really strong, but doesn't have too much reach. But like currently in the metagame overall though, I would say he definitely has a hard time. Like, he's a good boxer, but he struggles in a lot of matchups, and his recovery is not really the best. His side B hitbox goes away halfway in the hitbox, or the whole move. His up B doesn't go as far, and then, yeah, it's just a little hard for him. But I do have a Falco win on Mystery, way back at like a Smash Forever. So yeah. Next question from PetSun. He wants to know, what do you think of all the Zero-Suit nerfs? I personally had to stop playing her because I'm not as clutch as you. Currently, I feel she's a really inconsistent character. Would you agree at all? By the way, props on being the most hyped Smash 4 player out there. Well, first of all, thank you. I'm glad I'm able to bring the hype. For your first question, I don't like nerfs. I mean, nerfs suck no matter what the character is. Very rarely will a nerf end up being beneficial for a character, but for Zero-Suit, her grab doesn't last as long as it used to, so she has a harder time grabbing, and some of her moves like Nair, boost kick, and up air got slightly weaker, so they kill at slightly less, or you have to deal more percent for them to get to kill, like before 140 for Zero-Suit up air, now 150. So it can be annoying. Like, I mean, I just don't like nerfs. Nobody should like nerfs. Unfortunately, they happen. Can't change the game. And yeah, but I wouldn't say she's inconsistent. Only thing I would say she's inconsistent on is like certain matchups, like Sheik, Diddy Kong, like Sonic. Those matchups are hard because it's kind of hard to like really grab the character or get stuff started on them. But besides that, I would say she's a consistent character. Like, she's pretty good. Up next is Cruzy, and they want to know, what do you think makes your stream so successful? And what are some of the pitfalls other streamers fall into? One thing I will say, chat interaction, that's very big, I would say, especially like if you want like a long-term like stream career. Chat interaction can go far. Like people who are watching your stream, they want to get to know you. So by like responding to all the things that you possibly can make somebody really happy. That can make their day. But a lot of streamers don't really do that. So I feel like that's an issue. So I will say that's one thing my stream excels on. Another thing is I don't really like ask anybody for anything. Like no donation drives. I've only done one donation drive, and that's to help a friend in need. But many other people, they have donation drives for their car bills, rent, food, stuff like that. That's a little, I don't think that's like really cool. And then the next thing, nope, a lot of streamers don't really thank those who support, whether it be like subscribing, donating, or cheering. A lot of people just like, they look at it, they're like, all right, cool. Or like in their head, they're like, all right, cool, that guy subscribed, and don't say a word. Me, anybody who does anything, they can cheer with like 50 bits. I'm like, hey, thank you, man. $1, hey, thank you, man. A new subscriber, a new Naifu, thank you. So I feel like all these little points make up a lot in streaming, personally. Next up is Leomar, and they want to know, you said $1,000 money match a few times at Zero Saga. I wanted to officially call out someone to a money match at a major. Well, for Zero Saga, my team, we got bodied, and Team World was talking hella shit. So I just really wanted a money match out there. That was the only reason I called them out. But, I mean, I wouldn't mind doing money matches with anybody, not named Zero. He has my number, but I feel like everybody else doesn't necessarily have my number. So maybe one day I'll call out somebody. We'll just have to see. Sangstar wants to know, what's one character you think is good that no one else agrees with you on? Palutena. Simply Palutena. OP Ivy Fanatic wants to know, hey Nairo, a bit of a fun question. What kinds of music do you listen to? Any favorite bands, artists, or songs that you recommend? Well, I actually listen to a lot of video game music. Like, I don't listen to Drake, Nicki Minaj, or anything like that. Just straight up video game music. I would say, somebody I would recommend, Yoko Shimomura. I absolutely love the violin, and she's a violin goddess, I would say. So I would definitely like recommend Yoko. She makes music for the Kingdom Hearts series, Mario Luigi series, and many other series as well, so definitely check her out. New Pineapple 13 wants to know, hey Nairo, always love watching you play. My question, when did you thought of unleashing Bowser and Tourney? And are you thinking of using it again? I loved it when you used them as UGC/Zero Saga. Actually, before UGC, I was always using Bowser on my stream, like just like troll Cosmos, Twee, and other people. And by doing that, I actually ended up getting a Bowser. And UGC, I was projected to fight Zenodo round 1 of top 32. And I was talking with my brother, and he suggested, why don't you try Bowser first? You know, Diddy Kong is an annoying matchup for Zero Suit. It can be annoying for Bowser as well, but nobody knows how my Bowser plays until they actually play it. So I was like, all right, let me do it. That day comes, and I 3-0 Zenodo in really dominant fashion, like very clean. And I was like, all right, I guess I can use Bowser. And I ended up also reverse 3-0ing Mystery as well. So I guess I have a secondary Bowser. When I'll unleash him next, I have no idea. I have days where I feel like I'm unstoppable with Bowser, and then other days where I just get completely bodied. So we'll just have to see, like, to be honest. Zuko 2014 wants to know, hey Nairo, have you met the other energy people, and if so, what are they like? In particular, I'm thinking of Shaq, Seagull, etc. Thanks. Currently, I haven't met any of the other energy players, like such as the energy Overwatch team, but I have met a lot of people who work behind the scenes for energy, and I can tell you for a fact that they are awesome people. I'm happy to work with them. I also have met Shaq. I also have a video of it on my YouTube channel where he kissed my head. Actually, you guys have to watch it. I can't really explain it. You guys have to check it out, 100%. The final question from Sam Urolian. They want to know, how can we show support for Team Nairo at Civil War? You can show some support for Team Nairo by supporting Team Zero. I am part of Team Zero. Even though I joke about, you know, Team Nairo being the best and all that, Civil War is about Ally versus Zero. So, and like I said, I am Team Zero, so show some support to Team Zero. But look forward to the end of Civil War. That's all I have to say for all the people who, you know, put hashtag Team Nairo, all that. Look forward to it. And that will conclude this week's Ask Nairo. Thanks a lot to everybody who participated in the Reddit AMA. It was really awesome. I had a lot of weird questions, a lot of funny questions, and a lot of good questions as well. So thank you guys. I will be heading to Civil War this week, hoping to do well, hoping to take it all. I'll see you guys next week. And that will conclude this week's Ask Nairo.